Welcome to your evening news update today, Tuesday, January 19. Barbados has recorded 2 dengue-related deaths. Word of this from Chief Medical Officer Dr. Kenneth George. He updated reporters on the development while speaking on the sidelines of a presentation of critical health equipment from the Pan American Health Organization to Barbados today.
One was a young child, 8 years old, who had a pre-existing significant condition, so we are awaiting confirmation. And the other individual did not have any associated predisposing conditions, so that was one that was worrisome. Our reports for the month of December did not show a rise beyond the threshold level. We are here to encourage Barbadians, particularly as we know that there has been an outbreak in the region with several deaths, that they have the role to play while the ministry will continue to play its role with respect to investigating complaints and carrying out our fogging-related activities.
Dr. George assured that the Ministry of Health is paying special attention to dengue, but assured the mosquito-borne disease is still under control.
Dengue surveillance is being given special attention, but I can report to you as we speak that the numbers are within the normal threshold that is expected in around this time in previous years.
In other news, some of the island's health services are being impacted by what appears to be a reduced number of nurses on the job. In recent days, nurses have staged brief work stoppages to press authorities to address their concerns relating to hazard pay, long work hours, staff shortages, and other issues. Health Minister Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Bostic today admitted there has been some fallout, but he says the system is holding its own.
This is a battle, this is a war, and there will be speed wobbles and bumps. We just work around the obstacles, and we try to maintain our composure to be able to deliver the level of healthcare service that we are required to deliver. And we are still functioning, I would say, in a reasonable way, in spite of the issues in relation to the nurses. And when I say in a reasonable way, I'm speaking about our swabbing sites and our ability to swab persons that we need to swab, and also to do the testing, and the contact tracing continues with all other resources that we have.
Last evening, Bostic and other health officials met with the National Union of Public Workers to discuss the nurses' grievances. He described the talks as cordial and said some headway was made.
We agreed, the union and the ministry, that those grievances which were within the purview of the Ministry of Health and Wellness to deal with, that we would have actioned those, and we've started that process. But then there are others that had to be submitted to the Ministry of the Public Service and also to the Ministry of Finance. But the proposal from the unions has not yet been tabled or presented, and when they present the proposal, we will send the proposal with our comments where the proposal has to go.
Meanwhile, the country's fight against COVID-19 got another major boost from the Pan American Health Organization. PAHO donated over $1 million worth of personal protective equipment, COVID-19 rapid test devices, patient monitors, and infusion pumps to the Ministry of Health and Wellness. During today's handing-over ceremony, the PAHO representative for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean urged authorities to keep up the fight against the virus.
I am fully confident that the current outbreak in Barbados will be managed and contained if we apply the right interventions at the right time and at the right place. We need to learn from this experience. It could be very easy to go up quickly in case of incidences. We can keep the transmission down by knowing and lowering our own risk. We need to follow through on our commitment as individuals, as communities, and as governments in coming weeks, to continue to build public health surveillance, to work with communities, to maintain public health and social measures, which is enforced by the government of Barbados.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news, last year saw the Bahamas recording its lowest crime rate for the last 15 years. Commissioner of Police Paul Roll delivered the good news as he presented the nation with a full report on the crime situation. More in this report from Eyewitness News in the Bahamas.
For the first time in over 10 years, Police Commissioner Paul Roll says the homicide count dipped to a new record low in 2020.
Homicides decreased by 23%, with 73 incidents compared to 95 incidents in 2019. There were 59 murders in New Providence, 9 in Grand Bahama, and 5 in the Family Islands. This is the least amount of persons killed in a year in the Bahamas in 15 years.
Meantime, Commissioner Roll also revealing a 16% drop in overall crime. But could that be attributed to the COVID-19 pandemic and its subsequent lockdowns?
I think it had nothing to do with COVID. I never saw COVID going out and lock nobody up. I see COVID on patrol. When crime go up, we take responsibility. So the least that the people can do is credit us when we get a reduction.
Contributing to that reduction, a 41% decrease in armed robberies. Domestic dispute also recording a downward trend.
Overall, cases where domestic violence was a factor decreased by 39%, with 2,436 incidents compared to 3,972 the previous year.
But at the same time, sexual offenses, namely rape, attempted rape, and unlawful sexual intercourse, saw a spike.
Further afield, outgoing U.S. President Donald Trump said today he will pray for the success of the Joe Biden administration, but added the political movement he created is only just beginning. In his farewell address ahead of tomorrow's inauguration, Trump listed his achievements and wished America well.
We did what we came here to do, and so much more. This week we inaugurate a new administration and pray for its success in keeping America safe and prosperous. We extend our best wishes, and we also want them to have luck, a very important word. All Americans were horrified by the assault on our Capitol. Political violence is an attack on everything we cherish as Americans. It can never be tolerated. Now more than ever, we must unify around our shared values and rise above the partisan rancor and forge our common destiny.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.